Welcome to the Institute of Jamaica. You know, it was established in 1879 for the encouragement of literature, science, and art, and quite a number of institutions which we have in Jamaica came out of the Institute of Jamaica. Time does not allow us to tell you that the University of the West Indies came out of here in 1948, that what we call CXC examinations came out of here in 1882 as the Cambridge Overseas Examination. Neither does time allow me to tell you that Jamaica National Heritage Trust came out of here, Edna Manley College for the Visual and Performing Arts, the National Library next door came out of here. But I just want today to speak about some what we call divisions, areas of the Institute of Jamaica, and to tell you about some treasures there. So I start with the African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica, Jamaica Memory Bank, that's on Orange Street. And when you go in there, you're going to find an abeng. Now, abeng, as I like to say, is Jamaica's cell phone. I grew up in a community, Moortown, where the abeng was used to communicate. It has, when you blow it, you could blow it. It was blown Christmas Eve when the first truck arrived from Port Antonio at about 2 o'clock. The abeng was blown, and it means all the killing started. I'm sorry for the Seventh-day Adventists. We don't eat goat's flesh because goats gave us away when we were in hiding. They told the British where we were. Meh, 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 meh. So true born maroon don't eat goat's flesh. We eat pork, but the R is silent. We don't pronounce the R. And so at the African Caribbean Institute of Jamaica, there is an abeng. Then I rush upstairs to the National Gallery of Jamaica. You know that there are columns. The first Christian church in Jamaica was established in your parish, St. Anne, near St. Anne's Bay at Seville, and columns from that church are at the National Gallery of Jamaica that the Spaniards and the enslaved must have made. But I also want to tell you that at the National Gallery, you will see paintings and sculptures by Capo. Capo was a revivalist and an artist. I knew Capo. I was very privileged that he did a painting for me, but guess what he told me? That when he did the sculptures, he was arrested. He was locked up, he was put in prison because they say he was practicing obia. Obia is still on the statute books. Obia, came on the law books in 1790 because the British were trying to catch Tacky in St. Mary, and he hid behind a cave, and they fired him when they went down to take up what they thought was the body. There was no Tacky. He was hiding behind the cave, but they didn't know. So they put it in the law books that he was working obia on them, and it was punishable by death. So the Capo collection you will see there. And also, I want to go now to the National Museum, which is next door here. And there you will find quite a number of exciting objects. You know, Port Royal was destroyed in 1692. We have memorabilia from there, including Henry Morgan. Sir Henry Morgan is comb made out of turtle shell. And then from there now I go across here to the Natural History Museum. The Natural History deals with the flora and fauna of Jamaica, and it specializes only about animals, creatures and insects that are found only in Jamaica, and also about plants. Now there's a plant outside there that's called the Portlandia. It is not from Portland. It was identified in Clarendon in 1754, and they named it after the governor of Portland's wife because she was interested in botany. So it's Portlandia, they called it. That is the title of the plant, and it's by the door there. It's the most photographed plant in Jamaica because when visitors come, they just rush to see that. Now, outside there, you will see the Herbie Miller's music collection, and Miss Adina used to be on King Street playing her instrument there. All of that is outside there that Miss Adina used to play. You should know that at the National Museum, we have so many nationals. At the National Museum, near to the National Museum, you will see the preserved head of a shark. And that shark, evidence of it was used in the 1790s, yes, about the 18th century, when Britain and France were at war, and the man was seen on the high seas with in a boat, and when he saw another boat, he threw something overboard, some papers, saying he said that he was from America, and he wasn't from America, he was from France, and a shark swallowed the paper. They caught the shark, opened the belly, and they found the papers that the man was from France, and he was sent to prison. Now those papers are at the National Library next door, and the shark's head is preserved downstairs there. And as speaking about papers, you know that the letter that we spoke about it before in another program, that most the records of our country are preserved at the National Library of Jamaica when we speak about papers. Then the Junior Center across there, 1940, it was established during war years. It was founded by love, built by faith. Faith is to believe what we do not see, and the reward of that faith is to see what we believe. It was started by Mr. Robert Verity, and the person was to become his wife. They started it. You know, some persons who went to the Junior Center include Honorable Barbara Gludon, Douglas Orain of Grace Kennedy fame, Grub Cooper, and of course Gaverly McGowan. But she didn't come down here. She went to Halfway Tree. When I spoke about Miss Adina's musical instrument, I should have said it's the accordion. You would be too young to know that she used to be at the top of King Street there. And we also have organ, an organ outside there by a lady named from St. Elizabeth, Daisy Coke. She taught at Merle Grove High School, and her organ was left for us. Now, David Core's wife, Rita Core, her piano is outside there. And then, of course, you have Liberty Hall, the legacy of Marcus Garvey, and quite a lot of treasures are there, and it's a place that one should visit. It's interesting to know that when Liberty Hall was opened in 1933, there was only one pastor of African descent in the group picture, because at that time there was no black pastor in Kingston. Everybody was from abroad. The first person of African descent to be a pastor at the Baptist Church, East Queen Street Baptist Church, was Reverend Dr. Leo Riney in 1958. His daughter is the very distinguished educator and musician June Spence. She was married to Bishop Herman Spence. I'm just trying to link our activities. So I'm saying that at the opening of Liberty Hall, the pastor, he was at All Saints Church, just behind Kingston Public Hospital, Reverend Canon Walter Brown. His grandson is our own Robert Gregory. Robert's mother was Stella Gregory. Now, Canon Walter Brown was at the opening of Liberty Hall. And I hasten to share with you that when he went to All Saints as a black pastor, the people rejected him. They don't want a black pastor. And the Bishop of Jamaica at the time, a Bishop Hardy, and this story was told to me by a gentleman who was a reporter at the Gleaner. I stayed at his home while I was at the Michael, and he named Jack Harris. And he said that the Bishop Hardy told Canon Walter Brown, okay, they don't want a black pastor, so they will do without communion. They will do without confirmation. And it's a very controversial church, because there is a sculpture of Edna Manley that was put there in the 1930s, and hell broke loose because they are accustomed to stained glass window, is what this them bring into the church. They're working over there.